great to meet you both. And I'm sorry that we're meeting under these circumstances.
Yeah.
But do you know what? Thank you. Thank you for putting this out there. And like watching this documentary, you'd think, oh my gosh, this would scare anyone off online dating apps. But Cecilie, that's not what you wanted to come from this documentary, did you?
No, like as I said, everyone's been saying, oh, this is all the dangers of online dating, but I feel like people like this is everywhere. We could you can meet them in a bar. You can
especially during these times as well. I think like online dating is the most common way to meet someone today as well.
I feel embarrassed of being on there. Like, well, I'm never doing online dating. I was like, what?
It can't get any worse.
I love that you guys have a sense of humor about this now. But Pernilla, the sense of humor wasn't always there. What was it like for you watching this back? I know what happened to you. I know you know exactly what happened. But when you see this in an almost 2-hour documentary, what's that like for you?
It's so surreal watching yourself. It feels like it's someone else. And then, of course, you're so self-critic. You can sort of feel that, oh, this is missing. Why didn't this add up? And but the movies is amazing. Like, it's so well done. So, but it was a real struggle for us, like, in the beginning to go in and actually make the movie. But we are so happy for Bernie and Felicity for standing up with us at some points, because we have a little bit of trust issues, but it just turned out great.
Yeah. Well, Cecilie, how do you not have trust issues when everything that you went through? Because I mean, I have to admit, and I hate saying this, but going into this, I was just like, come on. As if you wouldn't know that someone was doing this to me. Cecilie, that went after 10 minutes. I was watching it going, this could have happened to anyone. He was the scammer of all scammers. So how do you, after going through that, how are you able to trust anybody?
I don't know. I think that we both have a trust issues in different ways, but I just decided very early on that there's so many things that he has actually taken from us. And it was that part about like this is not a man issue. It's not that he was a very particular individual that had a team around him that was able to do this. But I think that I haven't had a serious relationship since. So sometimes I feel like maybe it was a bit tougher that I'm trying to convey it. But I wanted to, as I said, I want to be better and not bitter.
Yeah.
Sit there and like be angry at the world.
You
two are amazing.
But we can have like good days and bad days. I mean, we can have like really traumatic days. We just sit and call each other and just like where you think the entire world is a conspiracy against you, and then the next day you feel like a normal person again, because even though the years have passed, I mean, like the wounds are still they're still there.
I think my distrust is more with the system than individuals, that we just really feel like we've been screaming and we're doing this for others and to get it out there. And
because I was watching this, Pernilla, and I was just going, how? I don't understand. We have all this evidence here. We have stuff on camera. How have the police not been? And I know he was, spoiler alert, but it's out there. He was jailed, but he's out there. He's walking the streets again. I'm confused.
I am so confused as well, because there is a part where I'm going to Germany. My intention was to have him arrested. So he had cases in Germany and cases in Sweden. So I went to Germany when you seen the movie to have him arrested. They called me at the airport to say, oh, we can't make the arrest. And then they just want to drop the case, because I think this is the problem, and this is something we want to lighten up, that fraud is one of like the biggest crimes today, and the police don't do enough, and they don't have enough like resources to actually catch them. And I think this is something that we really want to highlight, and why we also really want to do this. We want to make or hopefully or try to make a change of this, because it's absolutely awful what they do to the people.
And I think that's like, it's both economic, but everyone is getting death threats from him and his team as well. And it's kind of like no one is caring about that either. It's like no matter what.
Cecilia, how did you deal with that? Because that's the other thing as well. Like, it's one thing to have your trust broken and to go, okay, I've lost this amount of money, which is heartbreaking and devastating in your day-to-day life. But when you go, okay, he was a part of your life for so long, he knows everything about you. He knows where you live. He knows where your family live. How did you deal with that fear? How do you still deal with that fear? Because he's still out there.
I think that's the big difference from what he was. I was the last string of 3-4 women when I was told that I was defrauded. So you can imagine how many dark numbers there are. But I think I was the first one to say it stops now, because he's making these death threats. People are so fucking scared. And of course I was scared as well. But then it comes to a point where like, you're threatening me because you're the one who's in the wrong here. You're the one who is the criminal.
Yeah.
So I just got I got angry. And that's when I decided to go to the media and to get him caught, because police didn't take it seriously. The banks did not take it seriously. Media was the last resort.
I think no one did. I mean, like, even, you know, the police had I got it defrauded so much longer after Cecilia. So, I mean, police had my contact information. American Express had my contact information. Everyone just said that they were going to deal with it, and no one contacted me. So even police and American Express could have saved me and just decided not to. And I think that is the worst feeling that I never wanted anyone to have. And this is why I went into warrior mood. Like, I don't want to have that feeling that you were absolutely not even a 5-second phone call to save someone's entire life situation.
So Pernilla, how was it? Was it Cecilia who contacted you? Like, what was it like for the two of you to find each other and to go, do you know what? Because I'm sure everyone else can empathize and go, I feel for you. But I'm sure there's a part of you still going, I'm going mad. So to see somebody who's gone through what you're going through.
It was the magazine who contacted me to tell me about this story, which is crazy. The police or no one told me. It was a reporter. And that is how we went into the media when we first met each other. So at least it's one good thing I met my best friend, but maybe not in the best way you could have.
And it was just so nice, because I was alone for half a year. So to finally meet Pernilla, I said he was a good guy when he was around you. You know, he's funny, and like he's the persona. You were going mad, you know why? And it was like so nice to talk to her that was with him as well, you know, and like, okay, it was a reason why you wanted to help him, because he wasn't right towards her.
Cecilia, there's a line in there that just broke my heart. There's a lot of things that break my heart in this, but you were talking about Simon. You were talking the fact that he was still in your contacts, and in your contacts he was listed as Simon Loveheart, and you said, I couldn't remove the love heart from his name. I wanted him to be true. That was like, how long did it take you to come to terms with all of that stuff?
It was really, really difficult, because I remember when I needed to block him because I couldn't do it anymore, and I was crying. That was a week after, and I still was crying because it was like, I felt it was so difficult, and it's still there's a heart there in the WhatsApp chat. It's something that
I think it is like, it's been a person, so he wasn't who he was, so the person you knew, that person sort of died.
Yeah.
That don't exist anymore, and then it's just another person who looks like him, you know.
So you're still having to grieve for a person who didn't really exist. So what are you hoping that we get from this documentary?
We want to actually bring out and take away like the victim shaming. That is, especially because we got so much hate from the last round, and we really want to take this away. I mean, like, you should never blame the victim, you should blame the criminal behind this. And we're really hoping to make a change, like in the mindset of people, because people love to say, oh, that would never happen to me, to actually understand victims a little bit better, that this could happen to anyone. Hopefully to bring out the law enforcement back again. Please, as we were saying, like, if you know that you've been defrauded, like, report him, and that the police can actually do something now. We want him. But it's not only him. There are so many others out there, but now we go exactly
if you've seen it, like, there are others in his team as well that we are really happy are getting out into the light, because they've been hidden for too long. So that's another aspect of it.
Does it blow your mind that, you know, you've got this out there? When you guys were going through this information did not exist. He was Simon. He was the Diamond Prince. You've put it out there. You've said this is who he is. Does it blow your mind that people are just getting involved with him and refusing to believe you?
Yeah, it sort of blows my mind every time, but at least we're doing everything we can, and we really, really are trying our best.
We want to protect people, so this is why we did it, you know. So just to see the cars, and we're like, you know who this guy is. So it's a weird for us.
Well, do you know what? You ladies are fantastic. I thank you again. I say I'm sorry you had to go through this, but thank you for sharing with us, and I hope you feel empowered and you get all the good things that are coming your way.
Oh, thank you so much.